Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is week 4 of building a portfolio. As always, I have to preface by saying I'm not a financial advisor, and these videos are for entertainment purposes only, as well as a way to share my ideas and choices related to investing. In this video, it's going to have its typical components. I'm going to go over a list of stocks I intend to invest in this week. But in addition, I'm going to go over my plan related to YouTube and investing over the next few months. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so just to put it frankly, the stocks that I'm going to be investing in this week are the same ones that I invested in last week. So if you wanted a comprehensive review, my perception of them, then just head on over to week 3. But if you don't want to do this, I'm just going to go over a quick summary as to why I chose those ones. Starting with SPLG. This is an ETF that tracks the S&P 500. So as you already know, the market tends to bring on average a 10% return. So therefore, I was like, okay, let me focus on putting the bulk of my funds into ETFs that track the S&P 500. And SPLG is a great one to do that. All right, so the second one is called Dream REITs. And if you don't know what a REIT is, it allows you to invest in the real estate market while avoiding a lot of the negatives associated with it. For example, dealing with maintenance or a disgruntled tenant, whatever the case may be. Dream REITs owns a wide range of properties. The portfolio is very diverse. They have residential properties, commercial properties, as well as industrial properties. One of the main reasons I chose this REIT was because of because they show great signs of growth, and 2, because their portfolio has a huge bulk of industrial properties. And I believe in this time there's a lot of e-commerce going around, and so many people are going to rely more and more on these industrial properties to manufacture and store their products. Also with REIT, you tend to get a higher dividend. I believe this one is 5%. And finally, the last company I'm going to be investing in is called Acuity Ads Inc. I'm likely going to invest relatively heavily in this one for a series of reasons. All right, so Acuity Ads provides a service that relies on their learning technology. The idea is that the technology provides companies with an advertising strategy that's constantly learning and optimizing to maximize the company's reach to potential customers. All right, so there's a couple of reasons why I chose Acuity Ads. One is that its current price per share is relatively cheap. Right now it's around $12.77. So it's closer to the 52-week low, and the 52-week highs are around $30, so it's a good margin there. Secondly, I expect the earnings to grow pretty significantly. According to their last financial report, they said that they were hit hard due to the fact that tourism and entertainment, which are their main sources of income, were significantly impacted due to COVID. And now that the economy is opening up, I expect there to be a lot of growth right there. All right, so just in summary, we went over 3 stocks. One was an ETF called SPLG. The second one was REITs called Dream REITs Industrial Properties. And finally, we went over Acuity Ads. So now that we've done that, I'm just going to head over to the portfolio and track how we're doing so far.
So this is my stock portfolio tracker, but unfortunately, it's still under construction. So in the meantime, I'm just going to go straight to my Wealthsimple app, and we'll directly go over the numbers. Okay, so the total value of my account is $506.28. If you look below, it says an increase of 61%, but this is a little bit misleading because it also accounts for the recent deposits I've made. So if we scroll down below, you're going to see the positions I have in all these different companies. For the most part, I haven't seen any significant returns. However, the top three would be Acuity Ads, Block, and AMC. Starting from the third highest is Acuity Ads, which a total return of 4.41%. Moving down to Block. Block is an ETF that tracks the cryptocurrency market, but it doesn't only include shares of companies that mine crypto, but also shares of companies that help to develop the technology for crypto. And I've gotten a total of 10.98% so far from this investment. And finally, we have AMC. AMC is not a company I went over in my past videos. It was a recent impulsive buy. However, it turns out to be positive. This is my greatest return thus far, with a total return of $94.90. There's a couple things that I wanted to bring to your attention. One is the overall distribution of investments. Currently, I think it does reflect the core and satellite model, as almost 50% of my portfolio comprises of ETFs that either track the overall S&P 500 or specific industries within the overall market. Second thing I wanted to bring to your attention is that I just think that right now my portfolio is looking heavily conservative, and after talking to friends and doing my own research, I'm seriously considering changing that, which brings me to the next part of my video, which is talking about what I intend to do in the future regarding YouTube as well as my investment strategy. All right, so I'm not sure if you've noticed, but I normally put out my videos at the end of the week, and this isn't necessarily what I want to do. It just takes me a long time to create these videos. This is primarily because my processes are inefficient. I'm relatively new, and there's so many ways that I can improve on my approach. So that was the main reason why I chose to put out a video at the middle of the week and not research any new stocks. This was to give myself time to do a few things. So one is just to improve the overall production value of my videos. I want them to be entertaining, but I also want them to be of substance. Two is education. Again, I'm relatively new. I want to develop my understanding and knowledge so I can provide even deeper analysis and choose even better investments. And three is I feel like my strategy right now is very conservative, especially when you factor in my age. I think I should be taking on more risk. So I want to learn how to go about doing that while still managing and protecting myself from significant losses. So that's what I'm going to be focusing on for the remainder of the week in terms of my investments as well as YouTube. And that concludes the video today. If you liked it, please subscribe, leave a comment below, and I'll see you guys next week. Peace.